everyone, it's Diane here from Diane's Den, and today I'm going to show you how to make these. Now I call them, and I don't know what everybody else calls, layering circle die. So layering circle, we're doing the poppy flower. This is my one that I did with designer series paper and the Poinsettia Petals, which is for my Christmas blog. So that's the one that you will see on my blog or in the Art of Christmas blog, so which will go live on the 19th, I think it is. Yes, 19th of this September. So this will be after that. So if you want to look at my blog to see this card, you can do that. So, but we're going to make this one, but we're going to make it in reds. So I made this one in blues, so I will go through the whole lot, and we're going to make it exactly the same but in red here instead of blue, and red writing. So, and the inside is just fairly plain, but that's how I like my cards, as you know. So we will go through what we need, and I will tell you what we need first of all. Now, excuse me, I'm going to use my Subtles embossing folder, which is a nice thick one. But I've already done all of that, but because I don't bring the big shot in, as you know, so all my cutting is already done. So, but I'm just going through what we need. So we want the Subtles embossing folder. I'm going to use, this is retired unfortunately, but I love this Happy Birthday because it's nice and big and bold. So I'm using this Happy Birthday, may your day be as bold as you. Sorry, my dog's barking somewhere. So now we're going to use that one, and we're going to use the Peaceful Moments, and we're using the Wishing You Every Happiness This Special Day Will Bring out of this set, along with the dies to make our poppy. So we have our die here for our poppy, and that's the other half of the poppy and the centre, and we're going to make 2 leaves as well. I've already cut all that out, so I'll pop them back in there so I know where they are. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat this morning. And we're going to use the painted poppies for the outline and the smudgy piece for the inside of the card, which you can see that I've taken out. Oops, that one die goes over there. So those 2 pieces there for that. And we're going to use our layering circles, which are upside down. Now I'm using the large circle, plain circle, right? And if you put these in here, it's not the next size down, it's the one after it. So the largest, the 3rd largest, 4th, 5th largest, 7th largest. So I put mine like this so that they sit in here nicely. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 1, 3, 5 and 7 out of the sizes. Okay, so, and I will go through what we need for those in a moment. So for our card, these are all our pieces that we're going to need. It looks like a lot, I know, but it's not really that bad. So my card base is 4 1/8 by 11 3/4. Let's turn these over. And my insert and my layer on the front are exactly the same, and they are both 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. For my circles, I have a piece here that measures, let me bring my piece of paper up so I don't have to keep looking down there. This piece measures 3 1/4 by 6, but you don't need quite that much. And you need another piece in a contrasting colour the same size. I'm using up my scraps, so my pieces are not the same, but I've measured them up and they'll be on my on the tutorial. So if you want the written tutorial, you know, the link will be at the bottom for you to where to go. So the next piece, we need one piece that measures 5 1/2 by 3, and another piece that measures 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. For my leaves, I need 2 pieces in different colour greens that both measure 2 by 2 1/2, and for my flower, a piece that measures 5 inches by 3 1/2 inches. So we don't need all those scrappy bits. So let's pop them on one side and let me talk about the circles. So for your circles, you are going to need 2 of the large circles in different colours. And then 2 of the next circle down in the same colour. Oops, that's got a bit of a mark on that one. Oh, there we go, it's come off. Okay, and then the next size down, we went 2 circles in different colours. But these 2 colours have to be the same as the first 2 colours, but opposite. In this case, it doesn't really matter, but that's how they're going to be going on there. So, and then our last 2 circles are going to be the same colour. So when we're cutting out, we cut out 1 of those and 1 of those, 1 of those and 1 of those, 2 of those and 2 of those. So when as I say, when I cut them out, I just cut them out together, those out together, those out together, and those out together. So that's how our card goes together. So we need them to go, whoops, like that. So let's pop those over there. Let's put my card over here for a moment, because I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper, because I'm going to give my flower some dimension today. So I have this stuff called, and it's not Stampin' Up, called Sheer Shimmer Sparkle. There's lots of different brands of this on the market. This is just sparkle. It's not gold or silver or anything. It's, I don't know what it is. It just makes the paper all shimmery. So I'm going to spray both these pieces liberally, and as you can see the sparkle on them. And while they're still a bit damp, I'm just going to fold these pieces up like so, and then open them up again and put them on the side, because you'll find that there's a little bit of extra on there, to dry. And I'm going to do exactly the same with this one, but fold it just in that middle piece, just to give it some dimension, and I'll pop that on one side to dry as well. So as you can see the shimmer on that paper from that, it's gorgeous. So let's get the shimmer off my fingers and we will get started with our card. We will start with our circles, because these are going to take you not too long, but just a little bit of thought. So we've got our circles like so, and what we're going to do is we're going to lay the circles one on top of the other. So, but we're going to lay them so that one edge actually butts up against the other one on the corner here. Right on corner, there's no corners on circles, right on one edge. And we're going to do that again with the next one. Let's see, that's the right way up. And we're going to do it again with the last one. Now when we're doing this card, we actually get enough parts to make 2 cards the same. So we're going to do that one with that one, and then with the other one it will be the same again. You will butt them up against each other exactly in the same manner. So the pink one next to the pink one. Oops. And once again, the same again. Now we have those done. Let me put my pin in here, as I've already lost one pin, so now I'm on a yellow pin instead of a blue pin. Now I know that these are 3-inch squares. So what we need to do is we need to just mark with a pencil, if I can find a pencil. Here we go. The 1.5 inch mark, top and bottom. If you want to eyeball it, you can. There's no big deal about this of it. If you just put a little mark there and there, you can see where you're going to cut. Now you can either cut that with your scissors, or I'm going to just bring in my little trusty guillotine here, and I'm going to pop this in here, and I'm going to, oh, if I can see the mark, there, and where is the other one? There and there. It doesn't want to cut. It doesn't like that last bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my scissors. Okay. I thought I cut it the last one on the guillotine, but never mind. Scissors do the job. So let's move that guillotine out of the way, and we'll cut the other one with our scissors. Now, if you've got a big guillotine, which I do have, but again, I'm not bringing that into the picture, we are going to cut them out like that. So we can see that even I have struggled with something. So we have our two pieces like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to take one and the other, and as you can see, they will match up. So when we've got these together like this, alright, we want the left hand one, oh no, we want the right hand one on both sides, or the left hand ones on both sides. It doesn't really matter which, and they will match up just like that. So we'll pop one set out of the way and pop the other, well, we'll pop both sets out of the way for a minute, and we'll bring in our cards so we can see what we're going to do. So that is actually the hardest part. We're going to bring in our scoreboard, and I have seen this card done so many times, and I've seen so many strange ways of people saying how to put it together. So I thought I would see if I could find an easy way. So we're going to score this card at 5 7/8. Sorry, I'm getting off track. Yes, I found that a lot of people were doing this, and they're saying cut the circles in half and then glue half on the left hand side and half on the right hand side, and all kinds of strange kinds of ways of doing it. And for me, this was the easiest way I found to do this. So we have our card blank, and we have our two, we have our front panel, which I'm going to stamp with the happy birthday, because I have two lots that this is not going to hurt. I'm going to pop this on one side because I will make this one up later. So I'm stamping my happy birthday down so, like so. Pop the lid on that out of the way for a moment, and then I'm going to run that through my big shot on my subtles folder, which I've already done there. So let's pop that one on one side for a minute. And as you can see, oh, I don't know if you can see it. Oh yes, you can see that beautiful. It's just a very, very subtle marking on it. It's beautiful. I think it is anyway. So we're going to glue that onto the front of our card. Now, if you notice, I stamped that onto the right hand side of my card for a specific reason, that I'm going to put on here some of these gems. These are wonderful gems, that's what they're called, wonderful gems, and we're going to use the red ones, and I'm going to use one large one, which I don't like these gems because the bit on the bottom falls off. One large one, one small one, one large one, and then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do the same again. One large one, one small one, one large one, and let's pop those out of the way. So now we know that that's what our card front is going to look like, and we can pick whichever one of these we like, and I'm going to pop this onto here like so. So I'm putting mine on an angle. You don't have to put it on an angle, you can put it on square this way if you want. My card's not quite wide enough to do that. Or this way. It just depends on what you want out of your card. Now that could look really nice like that. Let's have a look, see what that looks like with the flower in the middle. I reckon I might do this one like that. So I will put them there like so. My other one, as you can see, I did on the angle, the same as I did on my Christmas one. But this one I'm going to do straight up and down. So let's leave one in place and we'll glue the first one down. By doing that, you know exactly where you're going to put it and that it's going to fit. That one's down, lift the other one up. And then we can pop this one down. I'll turn it on an angle so it's easier for me. Like so. There we go. That's got a bit of that sparkle on there. So that sparkle is now dry, which is great. So what we're going to do is I'll bring in my leaves and my flower. Now I've already put one leaf together because you don't need to see me putting two leaves together, but I will show you how they go together. You've got these two parts of the leaves, the small bit. I just put a little bit of glue along these sections, and not that bit there, and with my tweezers I find it easier. I just lay one on top of the other and line up the parts, and this glue dries clear, so you'll be fine. The same with our flower. We're going to just watch which way this goes together, which goes together this way. So we're going to pop some glue on the back of this part through the middle, and we're going to lay it on the top of it, not chuck it on the top of it, so that these bits stick up and these bits stay down. And while that's all going nicely, and as I say, that's all got a bit of dimension to it, and we have our little stamen thingy for the middle of the poppy, which is black obviously because poppies have black centres, and that goes into the middle like so. So while that's just drying there for a minute, we might as well stamp our insert, and I'll need my piece of scrap back again. And I'm going to just move this out of the way. Going to, that's a bit wet on that side. Let me see if there's any better. It's pretty scrappy, this piece of paper, and that's okay because we don't really need anything really good. So let's start by stamping our message on the inside of the card. And I'm going to do that in real red. And it says, let's make it so I've got it up the right way. I don't want it upside down. Well, it doesn't really matter at this stage because there's nothing else on here. So there we go. Happiness is everything. Oh, wishing you every happiness. I don't know where I got all the other words from. Wishing you every happiness this special day will bring. Now, using my memento, I'm going to bring in my piece of scrap because I'm only stamping my flower in the top and bottom corner at half on, half off. So that's the black done there, and then with the red I'm going to then stamp over the top of this, whichever way looks good, because don't forget this is not a stamp that goes over the top completely in a proper way. So that's our insert all stamped. Let's move that out of the way. And we might as well glue our insert in while we're waiting, and that will be a few seconds, and then we can finish putting our card together. So much gunk on my tip there. Let's pop that on the table, that'll be alright. Okay, so let's pop our centre into our card. And that looks absolutely gorgeous, stuck in there like so. The red against the red looks absolutely beautiful. This red is Poppy Parade, and I did that purposely because it is a poppy, so that it actually stood out a bit more. So this one we're going to pop on a dimension, and pop that in the rubbish bin, and we're going to pop our poppy on the middle of the card like so. And then we can put our 2 leaves up here like this. So we'll pop them on a bit of glue. Oh God, it's a busy street today. And this is a dead end road. And our other leaf just on an angle over here. And that is our card for today. What do you think? I think it's beautiful. I love it. And I know that even in the blue it looks beautiful, as well as in the Christmas theme. Now, if you would like the written tutorial for this card, head over to Die Stamp for Stamping, Crafting and Tutorials on my Facebook group. It is a closed group. You do have to ask to join, but it's free to join and everything is free. So please head over, sorry about the noise, if you would like the written tutorial. My tutorial is written in imperial and metric measurements, so you do have both, and it's European measurements, but this card can be quite easily adapted to the US market. If you've enjoyed this video, sorry because the noise is annoying me, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I do read all the comments that I get, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.